Hey there, Atlas Blade here. And we're in Sumeru, and we have to talk to Katheryn, quotation marks. Yeah, so let's go.
You're
Okay.
actually Nahida, aren't you?
Oh, she caught on quick.
Katheryn was acting weird when we met at the Sub-Zero's festival.
Yep.
And Dunyarzad, did you save her? It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened.
About right.
Let's chat somewhere else. How about by the Traveler's favorite bench?
Works for me. Oh, I have to walk there. Could have just... It's time to walk to the next cutscene! Yay! Okay, Nahida, how long is this cutscene gonna be this time?
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such a relief that she's alright.
Yeah, how did you do that?
After we parted on the last day of the Sub-Zero's festival, I left the city and saw what the Traveler had described. Among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved my suspicion.
Okay.
Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this also meant it escaped the Akasha's control.
Okay.
Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will return to its original dream,
Ooh.
where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear.
Not good.
I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible. But it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for you two breaking the samsara.
You're welcome.
So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end.
It's a
Not
very
a moment
happy
too
ending.
soon.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's a very happy ending.
Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying. I need to spend more time observing human emotions.
It's a spectrum.
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently.
Yep.
All right. You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you saved my faithful believer. As your reward, I will answer any and all questions.
Do I have to? Why do you look like Katheryn? That's the only question I'm gonna ask.
To be accurate, I'm using the Akasha as a medium to occupy Katheryn's consciousness.
Excuse me? I thought you just shapeshifted. You're controlling her?
How did you do that? Poor Katheryn. Does this mean you can also occupy other people's consciousnesses? Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as they're wearing their Akasha terminal.
Oh,
The
okay.
Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali and the first Akasha terminal, my consciousness has always been linked to the Akasha. I've always respected my people's free will, so I've never actually occupied their consciousness. When necessary, I just borrow this bionic Snezhnayan puppet.
Excusez-moi?
Hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret?
Okay.
So Katheryn is... No wonder Paimon felt something was off about her.
Knew it.
What about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's? Don't you live in the sanctuary of Surasthana? That story begins a long time ago.
I didn't
After
realize
Greater
this
Lord
was gonna be a long
Rukkhadevata
one.
disappeared, the sages found my newly born self and took me back to Sumeru.
We already know that.
At that time, I was young and weak. The
Okay, that I
sages
don't know.
kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana, ostensibly for the sake of protecting me. But I've hardly heard from them since. However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata instead of me, a symbol of her passing. So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest? How dare they! Why don't you teach them a lesson, Nahida? In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was omniscient and omnipotent. Even after her death, the Akasha is still empowering this nation. And I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the God of Wisdom. Moreover, the academia is also more proficient at governing this country. My existence has little meaning.
To me, you're already an excellent Archon.
Yeah, you got a lot of believers. Just look at the Sub-Zero's festival. Everyone who showed up truly loves you. Thank you for the kind words. But I honestly don't need physical freedom as long as I can connect my consciousness to the Akasha.
Okay.
Trying to find a way to save Irminsul is my life's mission and top priority. I will work on that, and try to live up to being a deity in the meantime.
Okay.
Every once in a while, I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom and enlighten a lost soul here and there. Doing all that should be enough.
Don't have any other questions. We're good.
Got it. I hope my answers were satisfactory, seekers of knowledge.
Yeah.
To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. I think I may need to rest for a while.
Take a breather.
Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the Sage's activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to conduct another project on the scale of the Sub-Zero Samsara in the immediate future.
Uh-huh.
Go and get some sleep. Leave everything to us. What a relief. This is truly the most exhausting birthday I've ever had.
Yeah, it's a birthday that lasted for... how long?
Traveler? Paimon? Why am I here? Do either of you know?
You were sleepwalking.
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know
That's
you
right.
can't wake up a sleepwalker. We happened to walk
That's
by
actually a
so
good
we thought
excuse.
we'd
Go, Paimon.
wait for you to wake up.
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime.
Maintenance personnel.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm fine. I better go. Thank you.
We've spent quite some time in Sumeru City, but ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali, we haven't heard anything from her.
Okay. These are
Aw.
some requests.
We can't just keep waiting around like this. Let's go find Katheryn and pick up some work so we can at least keep ourselves busy.
Oh, I see. This is where the update ended, and now this is the new point of the... Got it. But what's the new mission? I could either talk to Katheryn or... story quest. It's just a world quest, so, you know. Just talk to Katheryn. Hey, Kath.
Ad Astra Abyssosque. We meet again, you two.
Yes. Have you been fully rebooted?
Hi, Katheryn. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Yep.
Commissions, huh? Let me think. Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon and recite a love poem on stage.
That's not really much of a...
Wait, say what now?
I'm not the poetic kind.
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
Oh, that I could do.
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
Yeah, exactly. I feel embarrassed just imagining it. The audience would definitely have a reaction.
I see. It appears that you're not interested in this commission.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, please go to Port Armos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
That could work. That sounds nice.
Hey, that's not any better.
No, that's nice. Well, you know, I guess they are mercenaries. Mercenaries and orphanages really don't go together.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure
You'd
the
be surprised.
mercenaries will have some interesting reactions as well.
You want me to get a picture of that too?
Paimon's gotta ask. Just who exactly has been submitting these commissions to the Adventurers Guild?
Yeah.
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
You're not actually Katheryn, are you? You're Nahida, right?
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often.
Well, you don't get to observe it. You're just gonna be here unless you're gonna come with us.
Ah, so it's Nahida. Paimon just knew Katheryn wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes. When did you get into her head? From when she said, Ad Astra Abyssosque? So it's been you this whole time? Are you done resting up, Nahida?
Yeah.
Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had
For
a
2 minutes.
really long
Actually,
dream.
less. So the Akasha can't take away the dream of gods? What did you dream about?
It was another dream about the Sumeru's festival, except it was a happy one.
Okay.
In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. They danced round and round, and everyone looked really happy. I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage.
Sounds wonderful.
First, the Night of Flowers raised me really high above the ground, and I was throwing an endless amount of Yalda candies at the children.
Oh.
You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sumeru's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday.
Yeah, but in reality...
Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like that? Wait, could this be an example of the emotion known as pity?
No, we aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. We just don't want you to feel too sad.
Then we probably shouldn't have reminded her how bad things are.
By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homianis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we haven't been able to check on her.
We don't even know where she lives. Do we know where she lives? How can we even check on her if we don't know where she lives, Paimon?
Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting at the time. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsul's own withering. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're planning.
If we're lucky, those things are correlated.
Right.
There probably
Who
are.
knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the Samsara of the Sumeru's festival?
So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities. As for how we should pull that off, let's discuss it somewhere else. There are too many adventurers around here.
Okay.
Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna be borrowing Katheryn for a little while.
Yes. Dreams, emptiness, deception. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Sounds like rainbows and butterflies. Actually, I'm gonna go check on the mission. I think that's where I get my daily commissions for this place. I'm gonna talk to Effendi. Okay, here we go. Oh, this does look like where I get the reputation stuff. Hi, Effendi. Yep, welcome. So right now, blah blah blah. I see you came here for. That's right, recruitment. You came without having a look at it. Never mind, I'll explain. I'm Effendi. Yeah, I know how this works. 430. Haha. Yeah, don't even worry about the fence. Just help complete. Yep. Commissions and blah blah. Gotcha. Yep. Let's claim that. Really? I don't get. Okay. Chimera quest? Heck yeah. Not yet? It's a lot. Yep. Done a lot of extra missions. Give me my stuff. Butter chicken. Butter chicken. Oh, what's this? Boon of the Elder Tree. You're next, buddy. Feature long Sumeru merchant discounts. Yeah, and then there's this. What's this? Oh yeah, I'm gonna need that sooner or later. The Dracus Resonance Stone. Yeah, I'm gonna need those. I don't know what that is, but whatever. I'm gonna do those later. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. We're done talking. I'm done talking to you, Effendi. Back to our missions.
Let's continue our chat here.
Yep.
Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida?
Go in, guns blazing.
Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts.
Go in, guns blazing. Possess a key, figure naturally. Possess a student to infiltrate. We can grab someone close to sages and question them. Yeah, sure.
We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible consequences.
It could.
After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages.
That is true. Possess a key figure in academia. Why not?
I've already tried that.
Okay.
But all the key members of the Academia, even the core 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals.
Oh, I think we're already been made if that's the case.
It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course, it could also be because they're wary of me.
Okay.
Have you already caught the sage's attention?
I'm guessing not yet, but distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly.
Okay. Go in, guns blazing. No, possess a student.
No way, that's too risky.
Okay, go in, guns blazing. We're out of options.
You mean it'd be too easy to get caught?
No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent students in this.
Nah,
A
yeah,
single
fine.
mistake could completely ruin their lives.
Fine.
Doing that would be
Immoral.
ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from what the sages are doing?
Fair enough.
That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru.
I can't think of. I can go in, guns blazing.
Are we really out of ideas?
No, we're not.
Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already.
According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal.
Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously.
Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved,
Outsiders like
then I
me.
should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages.
You're saying we should recruit a spy? That does sound like it could work.
It could, but who? Al-Haytham?
Oh, before coming back, we met
Yep.
someone named Al-Haytham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably aren't in cahoots.
Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Sataria?
The one in the cave?
Sataria. Paimon remembers now. Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage of the Academia?
Oh, that girl. Huh.
We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself. You could even say we're old enemies by now.
Yeah, but isn't she already in on it?
Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilu.
Yeah.
I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Sataria has always stood out from the crowd.
And why
She
is
was
that?
born in the desert and was
Oh.
hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the Academia, and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant.
Cool.
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries.
Yeah.
The name Sataria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky.
So they predicted she was gonna be like that because they didn't know she was gonna shine like the brightest star when she was born.
Later on, she was chosen by the sun.
Excuse me?
The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement the sun's dazzling light.
Who's this? What?
Soon after, the star witnessed the sun's scorching
Why
the
are we
earth,
speaking in
which brought
metaphors?
forth many disasters. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of the night sky?
I already said no to the poem thing, Nahida. What are you doing?
But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
Those are Sataria's true thoughts. Oh, I see.
From the sound of it, Sataria's just hung up on the research opportunities
Yeah.
here. But she doesn't really support the academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her problems.
Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore.
That is true.
She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore.
Sounds exactly like the person we need. You know, you could have turned this into a stealth mission where I observe Cetaria, rather than just tell me her personality outright. There's such a thing as called show, don't tell. So that would have been fun. Like, sneaking around, observing Cetaria and her guild. That would have also drummed up more time for me to play. Sounds exactly like the person we need.
Right. We must somehow make her face her problems again. That
Okay?
way, not only can we get useful intel from her, but she can also use it as an opportunity to redeem herself. From my past observations, Cetaria will take a day off from the academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city.
Oh,
Tomorrow
shopping!
afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our chance.
Get in, bitch. We're gonna go shopping.
Take care. Let's go check out some of her favorite spots and have a quick chat with a few of the vendors there.
Oh, very well. Chat mission. Woo! You, little girl.
This should be Cetaria's favorite fortune-telling spot.
So should we ask the fortune teller about Cetaria?
Ah,
No, I already have enough information on Cetaria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's talking style and key characteristics.
why?
Talking style and key characteristics?
Yeah.
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates?
No.
The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to show you the way.
Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Shh! My friend here has some doubts regarding his future. Can we get a fortune reading for him?
Of course, of course. In that case...
Cats.
Uh-huh. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods.
Oh. Okay.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Yeah, I think they do.
Hmm?
No, we ain't lying. That's the best part.
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Divine my prospects of help. In love. You know, let's get saucy. You tell me, who's my soulmate?
Love prospects? No problem at all. The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed.
You will die alone.
One who is fated to cross your path will appear on... Huh? So many people will fall for you.
Oh.
How could that be?
I'm just that. I got the riz, girl. That's why.
Harut, Marut, did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a fortune so absurd.
Absurd. Girl, look at me. Come on. Not that absurd.
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune telling you've ever done.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is suboptimal. As such, there will be no charge.
Yeah, good for me.
Is that so? Well, that can't be helped.
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of fate.
Why would I want to reverse that? That's a good reading. Okay, next one. Who? Who? What's your name, sir? I didn't get a read on
Is
it.
this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls?
Yeah.
Yep. It belongs to a king.
Akeem.
His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Sumeru City, so she still comes by whenever she has time.
I see.
When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Okay. What he's selling? What is he selling?
Dear customers, would you like to look at some pottery?
Pottery? He's selling
We caught
pottery?
wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Katheryn from the Adventurers Guild?
Hello.
Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Oh.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret.
Oh.
And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
Why is that?
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
Is he?
So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his
Oh.
leg. Since
Ow,
he had already
unfortunate.
saved enough mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
Okay, never mind. That's good.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care now.
Okay.
No problem. Rest easy, all our goods are sure to meet your every need.
Very well, Akeem. Okay. What information did I gather? His life story, I guess. Next. Okay, we're at
This should
place.
be our final stop. Sataria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia, so she always comes by whenever she's out in the city.
Nahida, you've really thought of everything.
It's my duty to protect Sumeru's citizens, after all.
I haven't really mentioned how weird it is that voice coming from this body, but here we go. I've said it. Who are you? Who's this girl?
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right! I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering.
Why are we talking to her?
After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and
Ah,
spent my
the name makes
entire
sense.
childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent.
Oof.
But
Hi.
I'm still discussing all kinds
expectations.
of problems with different scholars. And I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm
Oh, good for
sure I'll
you.
get into the academia after their next round of exams.
Keep going for it, girl.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
Sure, but you'll find hardworking people wherever you go.
Fair enough.
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events.
Oh.
I see. Yes, that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Good luck.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
Is that it? That's the last person I have to talk. Okay.
So
That
is
was pointless. Yep.
3 familiar faces should be enough for Sataria.
What are you planning?
What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Sataria face her problems.
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities. I
Okay.
remember you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of King Deshret. Although it's
Yeah.
all
that's
just a
happening.
boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot.
Okay.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. you want to take advantage of the guilt Sataria feels about her homeland.
A little underhanded, but sure.
Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages.
If King Deshret were to criticize Sataria's actions...
So, how do we set that up?
Well, King Deshret is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks. If we simply engaged her under the guise of King Deshret's believers, she would definitely be wary of us, and we may not get anywhere. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would probably be very different.
Oh, so you're gonna take control of those three.
So,
I see.
You mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to?
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply they've already converted to the faith of King Deshret, and then convey our made-up will of King Deshret.
This is a little... I don't completely agree with this.
As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll
That
get through to
feels so
Sataria
scummy.
for sure. She'll never guess that we had anything to do with it.
So that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Possessing them will only work if you can manage to pass off as them.
Yep.
Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonating them.
Wait, what?
Huh? Best of luck? But we don't know how to possess anyone.
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you've possessed them yourself.
Uh-huh.
That is pretty convenient. But why does he have to do this? Can't you do it yourself?
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them.
Fair enough.
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Katheryn.
Alright, I'll try my best.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing how things are now, I probably should just accept it and push on.
Fair enough.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone, and we'll only be borrowing them for a little while anyway.
Alright, then let's give it a go tomorrow afternoon.
Go to the market. Here we go. I already waited. Okay, time to manipulate someone's religion.
Oh, here she comes. Satori is here.
Let's quietly follow her.
Ah!
Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to begin possessing them. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll know what to say.
Yeah, sure. I probably do.
Paimon's starting to feel kind of nervous. Okay, let's go.
Let's go!
Like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot and get started.
Doesn't this count? Let's just possess her and do it. Ah! Okay, she would have noticed that.
That's
Come
right.
on.
You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook.
Yes, we're a little girl. Deal with it.
Are you still listening to me, Nahida?
Of course I am.
Oh,
Girl.
of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right? I heard everything you said.
No, we didn't.
Okay then. You just seemed a little distracted for a moment there.
You didn't see me have a small seizure in the middle of your conversation.
Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong?
They know it's not her.
I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again?
Harut and Marut. I remember that.
Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must have come for another echo of the divine voice of wisdom.
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects.
Okay.
But to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real mess recently.
Okay.
A mess?
Where's me? Where am I?
Could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work? I really just want to get it over with.
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods will reveal the truth.
All the gods. The gods. What? This is how she talks,
the
right?
gods are asking, Setaria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
I mean, they're gods.
Setaria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question. The gods seem to be truly upset.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for their divine forgiveness. And if I may ask, Nahida, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
The Christian god. No. Deshret. Yeah, sure.
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, King Deshret.
King Deshret? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Wait a second. King Deshret passed away a long time ago.
Gods are gods.
Even though news of King Deshret's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can King Deshret still exist in real life?
Wait, it's coming from the academia?
What insolence! I am King Deshret's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his voice of wisdom?
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Okay.
Wait!
What? No, she's gone. Move on to the next. Oh no, she's staying? What? Oh, that's why. Well, there's just boxes there.
She just ran off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset too.
Have we been made?
Well done. Setaria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core.
Poor Nahida, what just happened to her?
Aw, Nahida, it seems like you understand human emotions really well after all.
Enough to manipulate them.
All I know are some abstract Haravatot theories. In any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them to be utterly useless. I'm still trying to make sense of everything. Anyway, enough of that. Let's hurry and catch up to Setaria.
She's out of games now, right on cue.
Ooh.
Let's get ready to possess him right away.
Let's go. Possession time! Possession jutsu! Hurrah! Well, at least he didn't have a mini seizure in the middle of it.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something.
Hello, Setaria.
Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again?
Masonry.
Oh, right. Your old man's craft. How could I forget?
Good thing I'm remembering this stuff.
Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better?
He's walking more now, I guess. Lit stuff now. I guess walking more is better.
Oh, that's good to hear. I have been thinking a lot about him. If I could get some more time off, I'd love to pay him a visit. Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port Ormos?
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Let him know that recently, faith in King Deshret has taken root in Port Ormos and has begun to spread across Sumeru. He has a quick temper and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those King Deshret believers because of a difference in beliefs.
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this?
The Academia or King Deshret? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray King Deshret, and now you spend all your time with those crooks from the Academia.
This feels wrong. Just guilt-tripping her with her religion. That's so wrong. I don't like doing this.
You don't mean you've also become a believer of King Deshret?
This is wrong.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this!
I wasn't too harsh, was I?
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. It might feel a bit overwhelming for Setaria, but once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything. Anyway, let's keep going.
That doesn't make this any better. Okay, I guess we're done here. Why don't we sneak around, sneaky like. Oh wait,
Come on! Setaria's already started talking with
Ah! Possession!
So, Shishan,
no seizure this time.
Have you noticed anything weird in the city lately?
Just you! You and your non-believing!
Like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Yeah, I've been studying in the basement.
Oh, right. Speaking of strange things, I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count. That was really weird.
Okay, I think that's a little... we're coming on too strong on that one.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report indicated anything like that.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's citizens?
Shishan, don't tell me that you've converted to King Deshret as well.
We all have. It's the one true religion.
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret. In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who works side by side with the Academia, and treated people as nothing more than experimental subjects?
Jeez. Okay, to be fair, what she did was also wrong, but I really don't feel right about religious guilting.
Please, please stop!
Oh, God.
Even now, Setaria's still trying to run from her problems.
Did I push too hard? We kinda did.
She can no longer justify everything to herself.
Hey, she's
I can't justify this to myself either.
What should we do?
This is the most important part of all. Quick, get ready.
What?
Mercenary,
I don't know what the guard
you're
knows.
You're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Matcha right away.
Oh no,
The situation
Wait,
in
no.
the city is getting out of control.
Please, try to remain calm, miss. Tell me what's happening in the city.
No, we can't let her oh.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Oh, no.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about?
King Deshret! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead. It's impossible.
Miss Setaria, nothing is impossible.
You know my name?
King Deshret is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price.
This is definitely creepy. Just imagine waking up someday and someone's believing in a long dead god. Okay. It feels like a cult. I don't want
You must face the truth, Setaria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become, and the deeper you will be ensnared. Child of King Deshret, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret?
We're brainwashing
aren't
this poor
you
girl.
the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd
I don't feel
question.
good about doing this.
You make it sound like
Not
I
one
should be
bit.
ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret.
Oh no, honey, I'm sorry.
Setaria, why haven't you gone home?
Oh, poor girl. No, I felt wrong. This feels wrong. This was not the right play.
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of King Deshret. I have to say, this is a familiar feeling. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the sage's plans, and from ignoring the letters from the children of my homeland.
Oh.
But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
You should follow your heart. Yeah.
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy feelings of guilt?
How do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of King Deshret? Or are you the god himself?
I'm not gonna start impersonating dead gods, so can we stop this?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the academia and its sages, and to correct their mistakes. If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of atonement.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance must be a fated opportunity for me to get out of this wretched situation. Please tell me, what can I do for you?
Great, she's convinced. Can I stop doing this manipulation? It feels wrong.
How much do you know about the sage's current activities?
I was just one of the designers for the masked dream harvest scheme, which is what happened around the Sumeru's festival.
Yeah, we know that.
I know very little about the full scope of the overall project.
Well, you're
I
useless.
assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have access to those confidential documents. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city, and even the sages are still quite wary of him.
I'll hate them, and now cast even sages are scary.
To fight against the academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the confidential documents you mentioned?
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage, and I've been working on many tasks outside of the project. One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. The sages have always closely monitored all activities within the Akasha. Let me see... let's use the most primitive method. Send someone to pick up the documents tomorrow evening at the Academia entrance.
The Academia entrance? Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't be a trap.
Can I trust her?
I'm only suggesting this location because it'll
Can I
draw
trust
more
myself
scrutiny
after all
for
the
me to
scummy
leave the
stuff I just
Academia
did?
again. It'll be safest for me to distract the guards long enough to hand you the documents.
All right, I trust you.
So, if I were to successfully complete this task, would it mean I've atoned for my wrongdoings?
Yeah, I can't judge that, girl.
That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we haven't... Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria to our side!
That was scummy.
The Traveler's execution was ingenious. He's the one who deserves all the praise.
I don't want it.
Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, all we can do is pray for Sataria's mission to go off without a hitch.
Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you?
Shut up, Paimon.
No. The truth is the true guardian of scholars. I've always believed that. Anyway, let's meet again tomorrow evening at the Adventurers Guild.
Okay.
Katheryn, we're here! Oh, you are the other Katheryn, right?
That's right. I suppose I'm the other Katheryn in your mind.
Can we just call her Nahida?
Shh. We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Katheryn's identity.
Fine.
Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just a trap. If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play.
Okay.
After all, the academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world.
Yep. Exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking.
I somehow doubt that.
Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard.
Speaking of which, don't you feel like something is off?
Off? What do you feel is off?
It's just a little too quiet around here.
It's the middle
yeah.
of the night. Of course
That
it's
doesn't
quiet.
matter.
You're not getting paranoid, are you?
There's always people.
No, I think he's right.
There's always
really
people.
is a lot quieter than usual. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets.
I mean,
I'm
no
not
people
sure
on
if
the
this
streets.
is the case for the entire city, though.
Huh. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to not only distract the guards, but also to get everyone to go to sleep early, just so we can exchange the documents in peace.
I somehow incredibly doubt that.
I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. But now that we're here, let's go ahead and meet her as we planned.
Yeah, let's just go.
Regardless, as long as you're here with us, Paimon feels a little safer.
Is this conversation required? Go to the academia. Oh, I have to climb all the way up there, I guess.
Huh. There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards.
This doesn't feel right. Okay, CG. Full on. What's going on? Katheryn, quotation marks. What's going on? Oh, no. Why is everyone
What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
This can't be right. This can't be right. No.
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome.
Oh no!
Even if I do say so
harbinger.
myself.
Who is this?
The outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am.
I thought it was I'll
Although
hate
these
them.
days
Who's
they
this?
tend to call me the Doctor.
The doctor. How dare you use that name?
If you're looking for your
Taste my
researcher
dull blade.
friend, she has already been taken into confinement.
Oh,
With some
no.
basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
How dare you? What are you doing to these people?
The people of Sumeru City.
You're controlling them.
What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world.
Well, you're not far off from the truth. I've done that
My
many times.
experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
Oh no, adoring fans!
Ew, these are all just regular people.
They're not gonna attack us.
We need to get out of here.
They're gonna smother us with affection.
That guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here.
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru.
Oh, did you put him to sleep? Oh dear.
Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
Okay. Okay.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
Oh no. Oh, we lost Nahida.
This should be far enough. Whew. Paimon needs to catch her breath first. Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her.
I'm not sure. That guy was pretty terrifying. And he's the doctor.
Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2. So scary.
Yeah, he was a big load of number 2.
He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tighnari told us about him. Sataria did say that someone who once got expelled from the academia came back recently. And that even the sages are wary of him. Yep, sounds like she must have been talking about the Doctor.
We underestimated the scale of this problem.
Yeah. Now that the doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui. But what are the Fatui after this time? Another Gnosis?
We need to find a way to reunite with Nahida.
Yeah. Things would be a lot easier with Nahida's help. Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting around, right?
Let's go find someone else who might be involved. Because, I mean, we're not going to get anywhere if we're just looking around.
You mean...
Tainari! Okay, sure, Tainari.
Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project when we were staying with him in the Vidia forest? That has to be the same project. Even though he turned it down at the time, he might still know something.
Yeah, it's our best
There's
lady.
no time to lose. Let's go to Gandharvaville.
Yep. Ooh, yay. Yeah. But, I'll do that for next time. I'm pretty sure this is also another extremely long one, so... Hey, if you bared with it, thanks for watching. And bye!